Manus flat on the canvas. We are ready to rock and roll. Second round of action. There is a cut on Manus.
Yeah. Jesus.
Martial arts chat.
My man B-Hop got dropped out the ring last night. I need a little judo baby. I need me a little judo baby, and let's do it, Ron. Let's give me up.
I see you were filming this. You've got a face for radio.
I've got a face for radio.
That's nice.
Martial arts chat.
Martial Arts Chat podcast is sponsored by A1 Fight Gear. A1 Fight Gear uses the latest cutting-edge boxing gloves for professional and amateur fighters, gym enthusiasts and kickboxers. Local and national gyms in the UK, do yourself a favour and check out a1fightgear.com. And if you're wanting to get into shape, get back into shape, then go to beastgear.co.uk. Use the coupon code MartialArtsChat to save 15% off your purchases. They've got core sliders, straps and barbell pads and complete strength and conditioning programs to suit your needs. We are also sponsored by Feel Supreme. FeelSupreme.co.uk offers CBD oil and natural nutrition. They will assist your progress in diet and lifestyle. Natural supplements and complementary services such as yoga, mind coaching and weight cutting programs. Finally, we are also sponsored by World of Martial Arts Television. WOMA.tv produces, finds, acquires, commissions and presents all you ever wanted to know about martial arts. Hello, my name's Chris Allen and this is the Martial Arts Chat podcast. Today I'm honoured to be joined by Bellator's own Nathan the Black Rose, one of UK's best up and coming fighters at the moment. Nathan, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Alright, how are you doing?
Yeah, really good, thank you, mate, really good. And I can tell, as you said, you just finished your training and you're getting something to eat right now in Nando's, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, get the protein down there. What'd you order?
Chicken thighs and a chicken and pickle with rice.
Oh mate, it sounds too healthy for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so gotta get the protein and feed the muscles.
That's it. What did you do train today? I saw on your Instagram, was it strength and conditioning today?
Yeah, today we did some strength and conditioning, mainly strength because I'm not fully in camp yet. So mainly strength just to build the strength back up because I just had a fight a couple of weeks ago and just gained the weight back on. I lost cutting weight.
Do you cut quite a bit then, Nathan? Because you don't look that drawn or anything or weathered in the cage at all. Do you cut a lot or do you find just leave it to the last minute?
I cut actually about 2 kilos the night before. That's it.
Oh,
but mainly I can go up to about 80 kilos.
Oh wow, so you do walk around quite big then?
Yeah, but when I start eating clean, I will cut down quite to low 70s, and then obviously we're in camp, I'll up my running, up my conditioning, the weight will just drop off gradually, and then fight week I'll obviously cut back on a lot, and then I'll probably day before the fight, I'll probably be 69 max. Day before the weigh-in, I'll be 69 max, 68 and a half. Then I'll just lose a couple of kilos in a hot bath.
Oh, fair enough. So do you find that quite comfortable then, doing that cut? You're quite happy doing that? I've never had an issue making weight. There was a few problems in my last fight making weight because the hotel somehow, a big hotel, ran out of hot water. So there was I couldn't have a hot bath, which is what I always do. Yeah. And then we ended up having to wait hours to get another room they found that has hot water. And then it was a lot of drama, but we got there and we made the weight. So that's the last thing you need to be worrying about if the bloody hotel's going to have hot water, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. And it wasn't even a rubbish hotel.
Because obviously you're on, was it the London card, wasn't it, you were on? So
yeah, the London
card. Well, what hotel did they put you in, if you mind me asking?
I think it was a Clarion Hotel.
Oh mate, that's a lovely hotel as well.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, not bad, mate. Well, I know it's expensive around there because when I paid for parking, it cost me 70 quid for 12 hours. So yeah,
see.
It's serious.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's like being back in Croydon again. Do you know what I mean?
Actually,
I live down the Gatwick way now. I moved out of Croydon now.
Okay, yeah.
So are you still living up that way then, or you?
Yeah, I'm still local.
Well, a question I have to ask you, mate, is because obviously I lived in a similar area to you. I used to live there. I used to live there. Love the local team. What team do you support? Football team?
Obviously, I grew up supporting Arsenal because of older siblings or whatever.
Yeah.
But since I live in the Thornleigh in Croydon, I support Crystal Palace now. Obviously, it's my local team, so I like to
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. We'll be friends, mate. I sit row 4 of Block B at the Homesdale, mate. End.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so definitely amazing, mate. It's nice to meet a fellow Palace fan. There's not many of us. So.
Yeah, there's not.
No, but as I said, I actually know a lot of Arsenal fans that come to Palace games all the time as well. So
Yeah.
the love's there. So let's. I don't want to talk about it too much. I want to talk about the positives of your last fight. So what did it feel like, first of all, getting the call up to fight on such, it's probably one of the biggest cards you've been on, like headlined by Masasi and Junior, and then you have people like Paul Daly on the card as well. What did it feel like to be sharing the stage with people like that?
What did you say? How did it feel?
Yeah, to share the stage with people like that.
Yeah, you know what? It was an honour because Masasi has been one of my favourite fighters for a long time.
Yeah, man.
And, like, just the way he carries himself, just like how he's such an all-round fighter, which I respect. And like he's been around for a long time and still relevant. You know what I mean? Like he's fought on a lot of big shows, so it just felt good, man. It just felt like it's starting to pay off the hard work I've been doing, sharing the stage with big names. It's made me feel more of a professional fighter, man. It's good. It's definitely a good experience.
Well, you're definitely proving it. I spoke to Luke after the fight, and I said, like, you're a very brave man taking on someone like you in their first fight in the sport. So, you know what I mean. And if we're watching the fight back, it's not as if like you got badly injured or anything or hurt in that fight at all. How did you think that fight went?
I think it was just a lot of me not. Really, it's just a lot of training mistakes I've made in training. Like, it's not that I trained jiu-jitsu any less than I trained my stand-up, but I was away from the game for some years, and I was only in the game for a couple of years. So when I came back and I was training, I wasn't training to fight. I was just having like a few pads here and there. I wasn't really doing jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So my jiu-jitsu was behind my stand-up, and my stand-up's obviously got me to the place I am now. So in that fight, it was just more. I need to train more like a professional fighter and just do more drilling, little stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
Because at the end of the day, he's a grappler and he didn't even get to submit me. So, if he standed up for me for 10 minutes, I would have finished him.
That's it. That's the positive.
It's a fight game. It's MMA, so obviously I know what I need to do next fight, but that definitely won't happen.
Well, it's not the first time you said you've been in that situation and you have come through and won. Like, you're quite strong. Like, as you said, you walk around a lot bigger, so you're a quite strong bloke, and you push a lot of your opponents off. Were you surprised with the strength that Luke brought with him? You thought, God, this guy is heavy on top.
Not really. Do you know what it was? When we were standing up on the feet and they're trying to take me down and stuff, like how we got every situation, we got to the floor, except in the last round, from me throwing him to the floor. So like, when he tried to take me down, I swept him and threw him to the floor. And it was on top of him. What he was good at was keeping me down with him, not getting me down. And then another time when he got me down, I threw him to the floor and I started striking. And then that's when he was able to scoop underneath me and get a tight half guard. And what he was doing well was a lot of lockdown, like locking down my leg, which was making me vulnerable to getting up, because I would have given him my back and stuff like that. So, stuff like that. The last round, he just literally came out and just jumped on me and pulled guard. So he didn't feel strong. He didn't feel strong at all. Like when you watch the fight back, you see when he like clinched onto me, I'd throw him off. The last round, I was starting to get tired and stuff. Obviously, there was a lot of things affecting me in the camp. I'm not going to make excuses or nothing. He won fair and square. He came with a good game plan and followed his game plan. But there's just a lot of factors that I'll change for next camp, and improvements will be made, man. Improvements will be made.
That's it, and you've got to learn, And as I said, you didn't get devastatingly beaten, as I just said.
I didn't even get. The only mark I got was from a headbutt. That's the only mark I got. I didn't get no pain, nothing. Like, literally, I was like in the gym the following week, and everyone was like, "I'll go home the rest of your body," like, because we did a weight cut or whatever. Like, I didn't have nothing at all. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like I had a fight. So, but obviously, I respect the ground game, but with me as a fighter, I always think no matter what you do, if you're a jiu-jitsu guy, a wrestler, or a stand-up guy, you should always train to finish the fight and damage people, because it's a fight at the end of the day. Just holding on to people and stuff like that. I think it's just a bit, people are paying to watch us. They want to see something.
And do you feel like the reason he just held you down because he knew standing up it was just going to be a different ball game? He thought, I've just got to hold him. And do you feel Leon Roberts potentially, very good referee, like top quality? Do you think he could have stood the fight up at certain times? Yeah,
Leon Roberts is one of my favourite referees, but can't make excuses and blame the referees, but it wasn't that exciting on the floor. So there could have been bits where he could have stood up, yeah. But I know Luke didn't want to stand after he came out through shots, whatever. Then when I started firing back and hitting him, after that he was just, if you watch the fight, he was flipping. He wasn't even doing proper takedown. He was just literally charging into me to get me to the floor. Like the third round, he didn't throw a punch. He just came out, literally tried to take me down and defended it, and just pulled guard. Like, he didn't want to stand up. But what I realised is that no one don't want to stand up with me, really. Every fighter goes for the takedowns. So I need to be prepared for it.
I was also surprised by the judges' scorecards at the end. The 28-27 I agreed with, but 30-27...
Yeah, one of them was 25 or something.
Yeah,
I was stupid.
Yeah, 30-25, but someone gave you a 10-8 round for 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's stupid, but whatever. As people always say, not leaving the judges' hands. I learned a lot from that fight. And, you know, I'm never a person who's going to fold. You know, we may bend, but we never fold. And I will come back stronger. And I'm not really going to give him much talking about it, but I will come back and I will hurt someone badly. Whether it's on the floor or standing up.
And you're going to stay, is the plan to stay within Bellator? Have you still got fights left in your contract?
Yeah, I've still got 2 fights left in my contract. We spoke to Bellator, fighting towards the end of the year. Nice. So, you know, I can't really give too much details, but definitely fight towards the end of the year. Definitely once before the year's out. And, everyone will see. Black Rose 2.0.
That's it, man. We look forward to it as well. And I say, you know, I'm not going to get you to say anything because I know we've got cards in Dublin coming up this year and all sorts. So it'd be good to see one of them. And how did you feel as a British fighter? You know, in the UK, it's the fastest growing sport in the UK. As a British fighter, how does it feel to be part of, you know, Bellator's huge European series? You know,
it feels. Sometimes it's like people have to remind me that, listen, man, that you're fighting on the big stage right now. That because sometimes I forget that, you know what I mean? It's just, this is reality now. Like, fighting on the big stage, fighting for a good organisation.
Yeah, man.
You know, people are starting to look up to you and becoming a role model. It's just, it feels good. It feels good. Like, it feels good.
No, it's it. And you got to fight one of the people you've looked up to in Musasi a lot as well.
Yeah,
and you got to do it in London.
Yeah. And even like they let me do the open workouts, which I loved. Like, and everyone loved. Even Bellator came to me and said, that was a good open workout. You know, the public loved it. They were clapping after. So these little experiences, you know, I'm loving it right now. I'm not happy that my last result, but, you know, I know I'll be back, so it's not the end of the world.
Well, you've got the support. Like, when I'm in the media room I was in the media room at Bellator, and everyone's like, we've got to get out and watch Nathan Rose's fight, you know, so people know who you are. And and I know who you are. I remember coming to Fusion fighting events and watching you. Okay?
Yeah.
I still cover some of their fights. I'm close friends with Mark and, you know, people like that still.
Okay, yeah, nice.
So that's where it all sort of began for you, and then all of a sudden, you know, you came into BAMMA. So let's start with that quickly. Yeah, you came into BAMMA coming from Fusion. It's no disrespect to Fusion, that's still quite a big step up, and you're on the same card as, you know, Lahore's fighing on as well. Quality fighter. How did it feel, first of all, stepping onto that big stage initially before this Bellator one?
You know, it felt good fighting in an arena for the first time, obviously, and I'd only just been back fighting for a year and a bit because I had a long layoff. So that people think, because I started about 7 years ago, people think, that I've been training for all this time, but I haven't been training as long as all these other guys. Do you know what I mean? I could say probably coming up to 5 years I've trained altogether out of the, and you know what I mean? And not all of it was for fighting. Some of it I was just doing a bit of training. So it felt good the first time to be in an arena after only being back just for about a year. And it was just a good feeling, man. It was a good feeling. I had a lot of my friends come down and support me. You know, it was a good feeling, man. It was a good feeling. Yeah, man, it wasn't an easy fight as well, but it was a good feeling, man.
Yeah, mate, they gave it a split decision, I remember correctly, even though I thought it was quite obviously a unanimous decision. But, you know, the guy again showed his ground game, and as you said, you've looked back for yourself in these fights, and that's something you're working on.
Yeah, definitely.
And then after your fight with Ollie Mattis, I don't know if the stats are right here, but you sorry, it is right. Then you went to fight Dave Calza. So that's another big fight as well. Was that potentially one of your biggest fights to date at that time?
Pardon, sorry?
Was that maybe one of your biggest fights to date, fighting David?
with David Castle, my biggest fights.
Yeah, no one to date, like at that time.
Oh yeah. That definitely was. Yeah, fighting on Bama, that was every fight I've had. It's been like my biggest fight.
Yeah, man.
Like my biggest fight. So the David Castle fight, that was actually another step up. He was supposed to be a tough striker. The craziest thing, like in that fight, I took him down a lot. He tried to take me down, but in that fight, within like the opening 30 seconds, I broke my hand. And then like, I had a sharp pain like all the way up my shoulder, and I wasn't sure what it was. So if you watch the fight, like I come out straight away and I start throwing, and then after like a minute of the fight, I don't really throw nothing. But then I end up reversing him on the floor, and then like throwing a lot of elbows and stuff like that. And I remember going back to my corner, and I was like to Jimmy, like my shoulders, like my hands, like something's not right. I thought the amount of pain I was in, I thought I shattered my hand. But when I went to the doctors after, because of where I broke my hand is where the nerve is in your hand.
Yeah.
So they said that's why you felt it, and the adrenaline didn't cover it at all. So that fight, for me, was like it was literally, just fighting with heart. Like my hand was killing me, but I couldn't obviously show it because Castle he took a lot of damage in that fight. I took him down quite a few times, landed a lot of elbows. But at the same time, I was cautious of my hand. I didn't want to get like taken down, and I couldn't get up, I couldn't use my right arm or whatever. So
crazy, man. But it's all about the heart, man. You know what I mean? They say you still managed to pull off decisions, so you still went 3 rounds with the guy as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So you got to give yourself props for that.
40 minutes of fighting with one hand.
You don't take the easy route, do you, in your fights?
No.
So obviously, I was going to ask, why were you out then for like about just under a year? But I'm assuming that's down to the broken hand.
No, it was
before Bellator.
After the court. No, it was a transition really, because I probably signed with Bellator about 7 months after 6-7 months after my Castle fight.
Yeah.
Probably about 6 months. But I remember after that Castle fight, I remember Bama went into went into administration and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so at first, because they did ask me to fight before, but because of the broken hand, I wasn't ready. And then stuff started going wrong with Bama. I'm not too sure. I don't know the full details. And then that's when I transitioned to Bellator. So there was a broken hand, and then transitioning organisations, which made me out for so long.
Well,
and then also I returned in February this year.
And what a great card to come back and fight on. How did you feel getting told you're going to be fighting on Bellator? Did you know much about them at the time?
About Bellator?
Yeah, like when you got the call.
Yeah, definitely. I like Bellator because on Bellator there's a lot of raw. I feel like there's a lot of raw fighters on Bellator. People who just come and want to have a fight. A lot of people. There's a lot of organisations. Some people, now they're there, the organisation, they want to play safe and they don't really come out and fight properly. But I feel like Bellator is, it's grown as well. That's why I'm happy I'm a part of it. And it's kind of just need to showcase my skills and just, get my name known.
No, that's it, man. I said your name is known probably more than you might put yourself out to actually know, because as I said, a lot of people know you are. They were talking about you before the event in the media.
Yeah.
And it was great, and it was great to hear. And it was great to hear also that you got to get involved in the open workouts and this as well.
Yeah.
So that must be huge. As you were saying, was great for you as well. So no, perfect. And obviously, so you're called up to Bellator. You've been out for a while, and what an amazing fight you had against Ranji, yeah?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
What coming back after all that time, you get the knockout in the classic 1 second before the end.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. What was the game plan going into that one? Because obviously you've been out for a while. Were you going to take it a bit more easy?
The same game plan was, we knew he was going to go for takedowns or whatever. Normally, when I watched his fights, he normally came out quite aggressive. He was quite long.
Yeah.
So the game plan was really just come out, shut him down really with my footwork, and this man take down the fence. And after that, he'll probably start getting desperate. And then at the end of the round, take him down, because he wouldn't expect that. But people don't respect my wrestling as much as they should. That's because I don't use it as much for my wrestling defense. Like even my last fight, I didn't get taken down much. I took him down, and he pulled guard on me. So, my wrestling is very underrated, which is a good thing for me, I think, because people don't expect me to take them down. And I knew once I took him down, it would have kind of threw him off, and I don't think he would have anticipated that, and then that's when I knew that the knockout would be there, and then it was there, and I knocked him out. So
yeah, man, it was lovely. Didn't he catch your leg or something, and you caught him with was it a right straight or something on the chin?
Yeah, so because it was crazy because a couple of people before that I was throwing it in training and I was getting everyone with it in sparring, but I was just doing it naturally. And then I think like who had a fight? I think Stylebender had a fight on UFC, and he threw the right kick and the right punch. I think it was against Bronson. And I remember Jimmy DM'd me like, look, he did what you do in training. He's like, that catches a lot of people. You should throw that more. I was like, for real, it does, isn't it? So then in the fight, I just threw the right kick, and he kind of like defended it a bit. But the right kick was just like to throw him off a bit because people never really expect that punch to come off their head kicks, and then his jaw would stay open. So I just threw the straight right down the pipe. It wasn't even hard or nothing. Got him right on the button, and then I knew straight away he was gone. I just saw it in his eyes, so I just walked off.
Yeah, it was lovely. I love the walk off as well. It was great, and he was undefeated at the time as well.
Yeah, he was.
So he brought this guy in against you undefeated. You've been out for a bit, recovering from broken hand, and you go and do that. So, do you know what I mean? Going into your previous fight, then you just said you're taking the positives away from it, which is good to hear. You're not looking negatively, and I said I'm sure you'll be back even better. Well, as you said, 2.0.
Yeah, of course.
Look forward to that, man. So, because you said you walk around sometimes a bit heavier, like if you complete your goal in this weight class and get to that title shot and win the title, even beforehand, would moving up even interest you at all?
Yeah, definitely would. It definitely would. I fought before at lightweight once. I did. The only thing is about it, when I go down to featherweight, I don't feel like I've lost much strength. But I know if I fought at lightweight, I'll probably have a bit more weight behind me. But even at featherweight, I feel like I'm not even the biggest at featherweight anyway. I feel like there's I've had a couple of opponents and they're quite bigger than me, taller than me and stuff like that. I feel where I'm more defined and stuff, people assume I'm a lot bigger than I am.
Yeah.
So, but I definitely would go up to lightweight. Definitely would look forward to that. Just crush all the featherweights first.
How about going
lightweight?
How about going lower than featherweight, or is that just a bit of an open?
No, never. Yeah, never.
Don't be like those fighters that killed themselves cutting weight.
Yeah, I've literally wasted away. I went on 63 once, and that was a mistake.
It's just not healthy, mate. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your kidneys, your livers, all that sort of stuff as well.
It's too much. Yeah, it's too much. I'll stay at 66 for now.
Yeah, mate. So it's nice to hear like you're fighting where you feel comfortable. You're not killing yourself like we see some fighters doing, actually literally dragging themselves into saunas and all this stuff. It's just, I mean, eventually someone's going to die. So obviously, I know sort of background where you came from, like area-wise, but people who don't know, where did it all start for you before MMA? Like, what were you doing leading up to your combat sports days?
Until my what, sir?
Your combat sports days. So for example, your MMA days, were you doing boxing beforehand, or
No, I never did anything. I never did anything at all. My friends started training and stuff like that. And then one day, this is probably about 7.5 years ago now, pushing 8. I just came out to the gym, just trained. First session I trained with Jimmy, my head coach. And my head coach is now Dina Marundo, and a couple other people down at Kettles. And they got beaten up pretty badly. And I was like, I kind of like this guy. I want to come back. So I just started training, whatever, doing. I was literally training like once a week or whatever, maybe up to twice a week for quite a bit. And then I started picking up, started getting better, I seen improvements. And my coach was like, why don't you have a fight? Have a fight or whatever. Or blah. I was like, yeah, I might as well have a fight. I had one amateur fight, won it. And then I was like, I might as well have a couple more. And started fighting like that. But when I first started MMA, I didn't really know nothing about it at all. I didn't even watch fights or nothing. So when I started, I was literally very new to it. Very new to it. The first fight I ever watched of MMA was Emerson Silva and Vitor Belfort. I was like, this guy's sick. Like, I like this guy. So I was very new to the sport. So I never had no background in boxing. I did karate once or twice when I was younger, and I was like, forget this is long. So I've never really done anything growing up. except like sports in school and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's interesting to hear because a lot of people say, oh yeah, they watched it MMA if they watch something on UFC like a Forrest Griffin fight or Chuck Liddell fight, and that got them into. Or nowadays it's Conor McGregor fight. So they're saying, of course, that got me into them. That's why I really wanted to do it. So it's interesting that you just fell into it without having any knowledge. Like people who want to play football watch football, you know.
Yeah, I didn't have anybody. Even like obviously me and Jimmy are from the same area. I remember.
Was Jimmy from the same area, is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Jimmy from like 40th Croydon.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so that one time I remember I saw him. This was about 3 months ago. I went down to the gym. And I was walking and I was with my friend. My friend's like, oh, there's that cage fighting guy. I was like, cage fighting? I was like, what's that? He's like, oh, he's like the champ and that. And then I was like, is it? Like, that's how much I didn't know about it. Jimmy was from my own area and he was a champion on UCMA. I didn't even know him. Like, I was so like unaware of MMA. And then when I got involved in it, I just started loving it. Started watching fights and stuff like that. So yeah, it all came new to me, everything.
No, it's nice, mate. It's nice to hear how, and especially it's quite random seeing Jimmy walking up the road and things like that. So yeah, it's been around you, but you weren't quite aware of it, which is it just shows.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I was in my own little world. When I was younger, I was like getting into trouble, see stuff like that. So I was in my own little world. I wasn't really paying attention to anything.
Yeah, it's tough in Thornton. It's tough in a lot of places, you know. Tough in Croydon. You know, it's a big place. You know, there's a lot of things going on. Lots of different people going for all the opportunities. People travelling in from areas to Croydon all the time. You know what I mean? So you've done really well to get where you are now, and you know, it's fantastic to see how your career's going to keep progressing. You must have felt a bit like a godsend to fall into someone like Jimmy Manuwa from an early age as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good. It was good to be part of Jimmy's journey. That was very inspiring as well, because as I said, he's from the same area as me, and he's just a nice person as well, man. He's helped me a lot in my career. It's just good, man. It's just good. He's still, even though he's retired, we still train together now. So, I've still got him in my corner, which is a good thing.
Yeah, man. I saw him at Bellator London actually. I saw him collecting his tickets and stuff. That I'm guessing he was there for you that night, was he? And a few others.
Yeah. He was in my corner that night.
Yeah.
But he was away on because he had a fight a couple of weeks away, so he was away on a break. Then he flew back in that morning of my fight and then came straight there.
Yeah, that was literally after his fight in Sweden, wasn't it?
Yeah. So literally came straight to my fight, which just shows how much support he gives me.
Yeah, man. Especially after obviously the way it ended, and also him retiring. You think he'd be like, you know what? Everyone leave me alone for a while. But no, it's nice, and he's still quite a big part of the gym as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
It's good to have that experience. And I've spoken to a couple of people from your go down to Keddles as well. I spoke to Bernice Alders.
Okay,
and you guys know you've got Rory Crawford down there as well, and
Rory Crawford.
And you've got some serious striker he is as well, that guy.
Yeah.
And you've got Marcus Danville down there who's coming through finish at the moment, and so you've got is that your food turning up?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's cool, man. And so you've got all these quality Muay Thai guys around you. Do you find that's what really brought your striking to where it is now, training people like Rory and Alan Keddle and all them sort of guys?
Yeah, mainly it's my head coach Dino.
Because Dino trained Jimmy from day one, didn't he?
Yeah. So literally we train with Dino. So Dino's our coach, and we train in Keddles.
Yeah.
So it's really with Dino, my striking's not like this. You know what I mean? And the thing is about it, we just train us. We're not even a big gym. We don't have big gym. We don't have like 30 sparring partners and stuff. And striking for us has never been an issue. So it just shows how hard we work in between our team.
No, you must be quite blessed, he said, as well, to have them all around you and
really
aided you through your career. And I'm sure they've looked after you as well, not putting you in front of people, when you're maybe not ready for, things like that.
Yeah.
So what's the future plans then for you? Because everyone says they want to go to UFC and things like that, but I think you and me both know Bellator is, if not bigger, if the same as UFC. Like Gegard Mousasi came off a massive win streak from UFC to join Bellator.
I know.
Chael Sonnen's there, Fedor's been in there, you've got Prokop who's been in there. These massive names, so you're part of that now. You're part of that roster.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
My plans now is literally just build myself in Bellator. Literally, I'm not. People that are not die-hard MMA fans don't really know much. People always ask me, seeing UFC, bro, seeing UFC, but I'm like,
Yeah.
no, like I'm good at Bellator, like literally I'm good at Bellator, and I'm happy they're giving me this opportunity to fight on their show. So I'm good where I am now at Bellator, and I just want to work my way to the top.
That's it. And also with Bellator, no respect to the UFC, but in Bellator you get like the WWE style ramp to walk down, don't you, and stuff. You know?
Yeah. The entrance is better. It's definitely better than UFC.
get all your video behind you. You just get the pyrotechnics going as well next time, Nathan.
Yeah, I know. Get the fire, everything.
So I tell you, who gave you the nickname then, as well?
You know what? I gave it to myself. It was just my second name's Rose.
Yeah.
And I just always had to call myself Black. Because I was like, when I was growing up with my friends, I was the darkest. So like, I just had to call myself Black. And I was just like, one day, you know what? I'm going to call myself the Black Rose. And then people just started liking it. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. It's not the most aggressive of nicknames, but I'd rather let my fist do the talking than my name. So
that's it, man. It's just a question I ask every single fighter, because every nickname's got a different story, you know. And to be fair, man, it's good. Keep it simple, and it works though. Do you know what I mean? Because people are thinking lots of different meanings it could have and all sorts, you know. So no, I like it, mate. I like it. I won't keep you for too much longer, because I can hear you got your food in front of you now. But have you ever indulged in any of like out of cage competitions before, like jiu-jitsu competitions or anything like that?
No, I haven't. I've only just done fights.
Yeah, is that something you might be interested in doing, or do you want to just keep as active as possible in the cage?
I want to keep active. Before anything, fighting comes first. So anything that might haunt me or having a fight or whatever, I'm not interested in it, because I like to stay active.
Yeah, man. And
I want to like fight as much as I can. I think fighting is the best experience for you. You can train as much as you can, but when you're in that fight, it's a different situation. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like fighting is the best experience you can get. And I just want to fight, really. I'm interested in doing a couple of jiu-jitsu tournaments. That would be good. But we'll see how it goes.
No, and you're right. I know some fighters who, that they're incredible in the gym, like some of the best, like top standard. But as soon as you step in the cage, that fighting standard goes down to about 10%.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So do you feel when you step in the cage, you're focused, you're ready, you're mentally ready for that sort of thing?
Yeah. Always. I've never gone cage and get scared or start not punching properly and doing crazy things and all that. So I feel comfortable in it.
That's it, and you always stay composed. Like if you do get caught or you do get dropped, as you said, or if you break your hand, I say it hasn't dropped, being taken down. Sorry, if you break your hand, you still can stay calm and collective, and you know what to do, and it shows. And it shows the training partner's got around you, the work you're putting in, and that you've gone from UC MMA to Fusion to BAMA to Bellator. So I mean, it's like football. You're going through the divisions, you know. And as you said, you are in the top one now, as you feel. And so, what I mean, one day we'll see you fighting for that title.
Yeah, definitely.
As you know, they just announced the Bellator Featherweight Grand Prix as well.
Yeah, crazy. Wish I got in the Bellator earlier, but I'm sure they'll have another one.
Yeah, of course.
My time will come.
Yeah, of course it will. Yeah, but at least it'll give you an opportunity to watch some of the guys on there and see how they're fighting and things like that. And then you can just think, that's the one I want, and that's the one that's going to make you big. Have you ever had? I'm not a huge fan. I know you're not a smack talker or anything, but is there anyone in particular you've ever had your eye on which would test you, like your skills to the max? Not saying there's any grudge match or anything like. I mean, there's any animosity, but anyone in particular you really wanted to fight?
No, there's no one in particular, but I have been watching some of the top guys in the division recently. Been watching them a bit more, and there's good guys. There's good all-rounder guys, but on the feet, I don't really see much people who I think, I can't fight this guy. They punch me up. Like, none of that really. I don't really think. But I'm not really one to call out anyone's name. But eventually they'll all know me and be watching my fights and thinking, how are we going to get prepared for this guy?
No, that's it. And I said, so coming off your last fight, is the game now strength, doing lots of strength and groundwork, as you feel your stand up is good enough? Yeah.
Obviously, I don't really feel that my strength was an issue in that fight. It was just my positioning on the floor. Yeah. That was it. He was good at holding position. You know what I mean? That's what he was beating me at. If he was so much better than me, he would have finished me on the floor, really. But he was good at holding position. So just working on my position and jiu-jitsu, really. Obviously, I'm going to keep working on my stand-up.
Yeah.
Keep getting even more stronger. You know, and already we've got. I'm not going to tell everyone what I've been doing, but
Obviously.
yeah, we've got some new stuff in right now. So some new things we're doing. So next fight, it's going to be a good one.
Quality, mate. No, I'm looking forward to it. Have you brought anyone in? Are you bringing anyone in particular into the gym at all with you? Any different training partners, or sticking with the same for your next coming fights?
I've got some people coming down, but I'm going to keep that a secret.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I've got some boxers coming down. I've got some good jiu-jitsu guys as well. Also, I've got kickboxers, some high-level kickboxers, very high level. Thai boxers, should I say? So.
Well, you train with some serious Thai boxers anyway. Generally at Keddles and places like that, and you're in the Lions. Sorry, where is it? The Lions Den, the Lions Pride. Sorry, not Lions Den. So yeah, mate, you're doing the right things, Nathan. Do you do this full time now? Is this your full time job?
Yeah, literally. Even now, I'm not even in camp, but I train twice a day every day.
Yeah, mate.
I only have like one day I train once. I train Monday to Saturday, so it's literally full time.
It's inspiring to hear as well. I said I know from the similar areas you're from, to hear someone do so well for themselves, especially you and Jimmy as well, doing so well for yourselves. And it's inspiring to people out there listening to this, and myself as well, to know like you can do it, you can fight your way through the ranks, and look where you are now. So it's great to hear, man. And look what we're doing. We're chatting on podcasts, we're eating Nando's. Everything's good. Life's good, man. I'll tell you what, I'll leave it to you, Nando's, okay? But what I want to let you do quickly, Nathan, is just want to get you the opportunity to give a shout out to any training partners, sponsors, or the people that got you to where you are today, mate. And sponsors and people like that.
Really, I just want to shout out to my coaches, really, Dino Marengo, Ricardo da Silva, Chris Oko, my wrestling coach, Raheem Mudaresi, and Bounce Gym, which has got my strength up a lot. That's really it.
Brilliant, man. And
obviously Jimmy.
Obviously, are you down there with the Nova Forcer boys as well? I heard you say about Ricardo.
Yeah, I'm down at Nova Forcer boys. So I'll be back there tonight as well.
No, that's some serious jiu-jitsu those guys got. Ricardo's got a serious bunch of lads down there, and his son's obviously, I met his son a couple of times. Couldn't believe how old he was. I thought he was a lot older than that. It was like from the size of him.
He's massive and strong.
Sure, I bet.
And good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, so they're the people you want to be with doing the BJJ, of course. So have a good training session tomorrow. And Nathan, again, I know you've eaten your food. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today, mate.
Thank you.
Cool, man. I'll catch up with you soon.
Bye.
Cheers, Nathan. If you've liked this podcast, be sure to subscribe on iTunes. We're live every Sunday at 8:30 PM talking MMA. Go to facebook.com/martial arts chat, give us a like there, and follow us on Twitter @martial arts chat.